I'd like to welcome everyone to the Dalton City Mayor and Council meeting of Monday, November 17th, 2025. Mr. Lama, at this time, I'd like to ask that you would lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council members, you have before you an agenda. I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Under public commentary, this is an opportunity. If anyone wishes to address the council, they would be invited to come forward at this time and speak. I have one card, David Elrod, if you would like to speak, if you will go to the podium, please, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mayor and Council. I live on Castle Road, and for the better part of this year, we have had various automobiles parking on the road. And because of the sight lines there, it is almost impossible to take a calculated risk to get in the other lane of traffic. You don't know what's coming over this hill. The worst part is in the mornings, I see a school bus having to go around parked cars and having to make that decision, can I go now or do I wait? And we're all afraid that something awful is going to happen because of these cars parked on the road, and cars are having to get in the other lane of oncoming traffic and can't see 150 feet over that hill what's coming. Cars up there go too fast, and where I live, we have to stop in that lane of oncoming traffic to make a left turn into our driveway. both for ourselves and for that school bus driver, it's terrifying. And we would just ask that you address this tonight with a no parking change for the length of Castle Road. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would invite any of our council members to have any comments or questions for David. If not, anyone else that wishes to come forward, thank you for coming and talking this evening. If there are no other public commentary, we will, see no one come forward, we will move on to staff report presentations. Andrew?
Yes, Ms. Margaret Thigpen, Director of Tourism, will present a report this evening.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I'll keep it short and sweet. I put September's economic impact and October's together in front of you. These were 2 slower months, but hotel motel tax collections have come out and we're still kind of ahead of where we were last year. Thank you to Priceline and back pay on that front. But we are starting to close out all of our tournaments. We will end that at the end of this month. So we will see where we end for the year. Shifting to Convention Center, just wanted to kind of make you aware that we are working with the school children in 3rd and 4th grade and kicking off the 250th for the United States by asking them to decorate a wooden Christmas ornament that we've handed out patriotically. And so we are presenting that, or rather showcasing that at the Convention Center. So we will have those up hopefully by the first week of December. We have over 600 school children across the county, the city, and private schools participating in that. So I just wanted to make you aware. Thank you.
Any questions or comments of Margaret? If not, are there any other staff reports?
There are no further reports, Madam Mayor.
Okay. Next, under special recognition, this is going to be recognition of municipal court clerks, Misty Wimpy, Nally Torres, Patricia Velasquez, and Deanna Lira for successfully completing level 1 of the Georgia Municipal Court Clerks Council's Municipal Court Clerk Certification Program. Jason, if you would tell us a little bit about this, please.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just wanted to go over this certification program that each one of the clerks have completed. There are 7 parts of the certification process. Each one of those classes, a court clerk would have to attend that class. It's an online class. And then at the end, they would complete a test. And if they pass that test with a 70% or higher, then they would get it certified in each one of those categories. And then in the end, they would receive the GMCCC, which is the Georgia Municipal Court Clerks Council Certified Municipal Court Clerk program. It's a tongue twister. But each one of those classes, I'll just go through those. Georgia government and the role of municipal courts, purposes and responsibilities of the municipal court, case flow and workflow management, fines, fees, and bond forfeitures, records management and retention schedules, DDS disposition reporting, and then lastly, effective communication. So the certificates read, the Georgia Municipal Court Clerks Council does hereby certify and recognize each one of these clerks as having successfully completed all required courses and demonstrated proficiency in all required competencies, achieving a passing score on each competency assessment, thereby fulfilling the requirements for designation as certified municipal court clerk. Certified the 6th day of November 2025. And this is a newer program that was released by GMCCC in late July. And out of nearly 400 municipal courts, 790 single courses have been completed by those clerks, about 1,000 municipal court clerks across the state. 57 clerks have completed the entire program, and 5 of those clerks are in the city of Dalton. So that's just something to be proud of. So anyway, if we can.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Congratulations to you guys, and thank you for everything you do for the city of Dalton. Councilmember Farrow is the liaison to municipal court and would invite him to come down and be with you guys and let Bruce get a photo if you don't mind. That would be super. Thank you so much. Let's kind of step out of the, we won't be in the back of Bruce's picture. Thank you guys for coming and sharing your success. We're proud of you and we appreciate what you guys do. All right. Moving on to item number 3, under minutes. Council members, you have minutes of the mayor and council meeting of November 3rd, 2025. I will entertain a motion. Have a motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any opposed? All right. We also have item number 4, mayor and council special called meeting minutes of November 10th, 2025. I will entertain a motion.
So we approved. Second.
Have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, under unfinished business, item number 5, second reading ordinance 25-23 to hear the request of CKD Properties and Investments to rezone from general commercial C2 to rural residential R5, attractive land totaling 0.546 acres located at 1506 East Morris Street, Dalton, Georgia, parcel 12-241-13-003. Andrew?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. As you may recall from the November 3rd presentation on this rezoning request, Mr. Calhoun explained the request of rezoning the tract from C2 to R5. During the Planning Commission meeting, the petitioner presented a request tied to potentially construction of duplexes on this tract. As you can see from the zoning map, the property is surrounded by commercial and neighborhood commercial zoning. And so the staff gave a negative recommendation on this request, citing that the surrounding uses were all commercial and that placing residential in the middle of the commercial district would not be consistent with the comprehensive plan. Also, you may recall Mr. Calhoun stated that it would also place a burden in the future on the commercial properties to have to buffer their developments if any changes occurred on their property. So for those reasons and others, the staff recommended denial and the Planning Commission provide a unanimous recommendation to deny the rezoning request.
All right, any questions or comments of Andrew? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to deny.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to deny. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor of
Aye.
denial? Any opposed? All right, thank you. All right, under new business, item number 6, resolution 25-24, adoption of proposed 2026 budget. Cindy?
Yes, Mayor and Council, you have before you the general fund budget, 2 capital projects budget, and 5 special revenue fund budgets for adoption tonight. They are balanced as required by Georgia code, and Andrew's going to show them up on the screen. So general fund, we're looking at budgeted revenues of 49,820 and expenditures of 49,820,000. We are utilizing $805,000 of fund balance to balance that budget. The capital projects budget, we have an amendment to the 2024 SPLOST budget, $703,000. And the capital improvements budget, we anticipate $40,000 of expenditures and revenue. The net change in fund balance for those is, here, Andrew's getting there. And then we have our special revenue funds, hotel motel, confiscated asset, economic development, CDBG, and our opioid settlement fund, and all of those are balanced as well. And I'll take any questions that you may have.
Questions or comments of Cindy?
I do want to comment. I applaud the staff for all their efforts in putting this budget together. I know it's a lot of work. I've been at this for a few years, and I think you guys have done an excellent job.
Any other questions or comments of Cindy? All right, I would just like to add and echo Councilmember Mock. I think the takeaways that are important when you contemplate a budget, there are many things that are important, but for me is in deliberating my feelings on this budget is one, have we taken a conservative approach to sales tax collections? And as we looked and we project out for next year, we're holding that number flat. But what historically we have seen is sales tax collections have grown. But that's just an example of the conservative approach we've taken when it comes to revenues. And the other question I think that we have to look at as a takeaway is, will there be an anticipated tax increase next year on the citizen? And the answer to that is no, that is not anticipated. It's quite possible that there would be revenues that would come in higher than expected, which would offset the transfer in from the fund balance. I too am very appreciative of, a lot of hard work over several months. If there are any other questions or comments of Cindy, if not, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you very much, Cindy. Item number 7, Resolution 25-26, election certification. Andrew.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. This is a resolution certifying the election results of the general and special election that occurred on November 4, 2025. And as you can see on the screen, we had the elections for Council Ward 2, Council Ward 4, and for 2 Board of Education seats. And the result, the tallies are shown on the screen there, as well as 3 special election ballot questions, all related to ad valorem taxes for the city and or the independent school district. This election certification notes that Nicholas Lama as duly elected council member of Ward 2, Steve Farrow as duly elected council member of Ward 4, and Bill Mayo and Manuel Mesa as the duly elected Dalton Board of Education members. It also memorializes that all 3 ballot questions passed.
All right. Any questions or comments of Andrew? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion, a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And congratulations to Councilmember Farrow and Councilmember Lama. All right. Item number 8, Public Works Main Office Roof Replacement Contract with CGS LLC. Chad?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This request is to approve the contract for the replacement of the metal roof on the Public Works main office building. The contract is in the amount of $140,195.62 and is with CGS LLC out of Norcross, who was found to be the most responsive and competitive bidder through our RFP process. While CGS did not submit the lowest bid, they submitted the most complete proposal at an additional cost of $943 above the lowest bid. With that, they provide an additional 8 years of workmanship warranty and an additional 10 years of weather-tight warranty above the lowest bidder. The contract has been reviewed by the city attorney, and the recommendation for award has been approved by the Public Works Committee. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Questions or comments of Chad?
I move we approve the
Second.
contract.
Have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Chad. And item number 9, Loveman Lane, Castle Road, no parking traffic control change request.
The purpose of this request is to implement no parking on both sides of the street for the entirety of Loveman Lane and Castle Road. This no parking zone will incorporate the 2 existing no parking zones on both Loveman and Castle. This request is stemming from an evaluation by the fire department, the police department, and as well as concerns we have received from the Dalton Public Schools bus service, as well as multiple citizens' requests. As part of the new traffic control change, we have discussed with the police department and the Public Works Committee to allow for temporary on-street parking for home maintenance service vehicles and delivery vehicles only. This also has been reviewed and approved by the Public Works Committee as well.
All right, any questions or comments of Chad?
I move that we approve this proposal.
Have a- Have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, item number 10, integrated builds contract extension on hangar project at airport. Andrew?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. Mr. Wiersma had an unexpected conflict arise, so I'll cover this one. As you may be aware, the airport has been going through construction on their hangar development project, in which we received some grant funding on. As you can see from the slide, the notice to proceed was issued on this project in mid-April of this year. And there was a 180-day calendar completion schedule in the original contract. There were some lead time issues associated with the prefabricated metal buildings that were used to construct the hangars. And as I shared with you today, two of the three hangars are already substantially complete. They're working on completion of the T hangars and the build outs of those various hangars. And so the city staff recommends a contract extension of 65 calendar days to allow them to complete the work. Mr. Wiersma reported on this last week at the Airport Authority meeting and spoke very highly of the contractor's progress and their workmanship. And he recommended this, and the Airport Authority did give a unanimous recommendation to authorize the 65 calendar days of additional time.
All right, are there any questions or comments of Andrew? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve the
Second.
extension.
A motion, a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, there being no supplemental business before this body, do however have an announcement. The city of Dalton and non-emergency services will be closed both Thanksgiving Day and the day following Thanksgiving, which is Friday, November the 28th. So November 27th, 28th, City Hall offices will be closed. Of course, there'll be no interruption in emergency services. And I would encourage anyone to check our website next week, as there will be postings of trash schedule pickup from Public Works. And we can also maybe share a link about the transfer station as well, would be helpful. If nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?